Hi, welcome back to I'm Just Saying. I am the Urban Princess, and today I'm going to be reviewing Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, the second season. Now, I did watch the first season, and I thought it was okay. But after watching the trailers to this season, I think it's going to be even better. Um, I do have notes because this is actually the first TV show I ever reviewed. So please bear with me as I just go over these highlights of what happened for this episode. Um, the season starts off with Tiara, April, and Monique. Now they are luxuriating on this LA beach. They are sipping champagne. They're lounging under these cute cabanas. I think all of them look fabulous and brand new. I don't remember them being friends last season like this, but they seem happy and getting along, and they're just going telling each other what has happened in their lives since last season. I'm going to hop around a little bit, so I'm going to start off with Monique. Okay, last season, Monique is Little Fizz, B2, the guy from B2K group. She is his baby mom. She has a son by him. And they had issues about how raising their son, him dating his then girlfriend Amanda, and just she just overall last season was not a happy person. She was very aggressive. She came off as kind of cold. She was always confrontational, especially with Amanda, which frankly I didn't like Amanda, but she just came off as this crazy baby mama. And in this season, at least this episode, she is smiling. I mean, Monique is a beautiful woman, but to see her smile and be upbeat and bubbly like this is refreshing. Now, Monique says that she has a new boo in her life, and she hadn't had a relationship in a very long time. So, he's from out of town. She didn't mention who he was, so we don't know his name for right now. But she was hosting, I don't know, a party or something, and this is how she met him. And they've been apparently dating for a few months, and she is enjoying herself and loving it. So it's refreshing to see her this way. I hope she stays this way for the rest of the season. Um, then we talk about what's going on in Tiara's life. She says that she's over Ray J. She's focusing on herself and her happiness. And I'm glad to hear that. Now, some people in the blogs or on social media kept saying that Tiara, they didn't like her confessional look or that she looked a lot fatter than last season. I didn't see all that. I thought she looked okay. So, I don't know. The girls did ask her um, about Ray J and Princess because what happened was early in the year, they were in New Orleans on a trip. And apparently, uh, Ray J got caught with some girls, and Princess and him got in a fight. And apparently, she beat him up and got locked up. So they were asking Tiara, how does she feel about this? And Tiara pretty much said, look, Ray J painted me as this crazy girlfriend. Always said I wanted to fight. Now, Tiara did like to put her hands on people when she got upset. And so, but what she was saying is that Ray J kind of painted her unfairly in the relationship as being the crazy, violent one. And here it is now, he's with Princess Love, and Princess Love is beating him up. So she's not the only one, and it's just starting to look like there's probably something going on with Ray J. Why everyone's, is bringing that out in somebody. But pretty much she felt vindicated, and the girls cheered her on and said, that's right, you're not the crazy one, you're not the crazy one. So, now, April, she says she's going to host this pamper party with the girls, and she let Tiara know that her and Princess became friends since last season, and she wanted to invite her, and she also wanted to invite Princess Love. Now, I got a glimpse of Tiara's face, and I seen that Tiara was not too happy about this. But uh, I think that Tiara did show a sign of maturity when she said, look, as long as she stay in her lane, I'll stay in my lane, pretty much. So I think that was really good for Tiara to say that. Now, as far as April, she says that she is ready to hang out with her friends and, her new ones and her old ones. Um, the thing about it is, on the blogs and the social media, I think everybody's concerned because April last season was pregnant. She's Omarion's baby mom. What we saw last season, was her getting ready to have her baby. April, everybody liked her. They really liked her and Omarion as a couple. And the only thing that she was dealing with is his crazy mom, the issues with Omarion's mother, and also trying to resolve issues with her own mother. And she was always sweet and level-headed and approachable. So I think everybody is going to be is saying that they're a little concerned about how she's going to be this season, because it seems like she's everybody's friend. And sometimes that can be messy when you're everybody's friend. But I really truly think that April, she said in the past, before she had her baby, that she was the type of person who liked to hang out with her friends and have a good time. And I believe that. I believe that April is this good time girl. And I believe she's also level-headed and still sweet. But she liked to have a good time. I did a little research on April too, and it seems to me like she's a December baby, a Sag. And I'm a December baby. I'm a Sag. And I know in general, Sagittarius, they generally like to have a good time. They usually get along with everybody. So I kind of believe that April is this person. So I like the fact that, she's the type of person that's trying to get along with everybody. And I just hope that it's not betrayed, she doesn't come off as messy in the season. But I don't think that she will. Okay. On to the next scene. The next scene focuses on Hazel. Her grandfather died, so she has been away in Houston, you don't know how long, at his funeral. And she's coming back in town. She's heading to the studio to meet up with two of the new cast members who happens to be her friends. And person, she just goes in her confessional and says, look, she's ready to shake off a lot of issues that she had with Young Bird, Tiara, and all of the drama from last season. To me, in her confessional, she looks good. And I just think that, we just keep an open mind for a new Hazel. When she gets to the studio, the new cast member, Miles Sir Brock, he's in the booth rapping. From what I can hear, because we only heard about maybe 10 seconds of it, he sounds pretty good to me. And then her other friend, who is Milan Christopher, he's on the boards. Now, when she's doing her confessional, she is talking about Milan's achievements. Like she said, he's a producer, an actor, a model, and a rapper. And again, I heard the voices on the blogs, and it seemed like everybody said he has been in the music business for a long time, or in entertainment for that matter, and he's a hardworking person. And so most of the stuff she talked about seems like it's true about his character. I can tell you one thing, right off the bat, he's a nice looking guy. Really. So she comes in, says hello. Miles comes out of the booth, gives her a hug and kiss and greetings. And Milan asks Miles, can you give me 5 minutes with him? And he does. So Hazel tells him that Tiara reached out to her when her grandfather died. And Milan is like, wow, really? But she's like, yeah, Tiara knew about, knew her grandfather when they were friends. And so when she heard about his death on the media, she did offer her condolences. Hazel truly believes that this is um, Tierra Marie's way of offering her the olive branch, and I believe she's going to extend it right back. So, Milan was like, well, fine, if you like it, I love it. So, um, now, in this scene, uh, Milan asks, Hazel asked Milan, so what's with your back? Meaning or revealing in this scene that Milan is in a relationship. And Milan in turn responds that he is in love and he looks like he's in love. And he says that he wants the ultimate commitment. He wants the marriage. He wants the family. Pretty much, he wants a true commitment. But it seems like his bed uh, is not on the same page. And he seems like he's frustrated and he's saying that, look, if things don't change soon or he doesn't get what he wants as far as upgrading it to the ultimate commitment, he's going to have to step off this relationship. And pretty much Hazel said it's true. I mean, you want to be happy, so she co-signs on what he's saying. So, um, now the next scene is Ray J. And Ray J announces that he is back and his businesses is doing good, but his relationship is not. And Ray J does confirm that Princess and him did have this big fight in New Orleans. While he was there on a business trip, he took Princess along with him. Apparently, he must have separated himself from her while he was there and went out partying and got with these strippers. She found out. They got into a big, nasty fight. He was on probation, so she took the rap when the police showed up, and she got herself locked up, and he felt bad about it. But also, somehow, the story got leaked to TMZ and the media, and but what he did feel bad about it, and that he paid for her lawyer and bailed her out. But once she got bailed out, she was out. She left him, and I don't blame her because that's a big thing to do, is to take the heat for you. So he's on his way to meet up with her. He says she's hiding out at her friend's condo, so he's there. He's on his way there to try to win her back. Now I'm gonna tell you, I've seen the condo that Princess is staying in, and that condo is gorgeous. So, I mean, I don't blame her if I ran there, and I don't even know if I would come back to him. So, he goes there. He's pouring on a charm to Princess. They sit down. They talk about what happened in New Orleans. So, they recap as they're going over recapping these events. Princess, pretty much, from what I take from this scene, is that she's very emotional and she really wants to know what, because she asks him repeatedly, who are you? Pretty much, and he's still trying to say, well, I'm sorry, because apparently when they was in New Orleans, he took her on the business trip. He was supposed to, after the meeting, go and get her some soul food, and just disappeared somewhere and didn't come back. And then all of a sudden, here he pops up with these strippers, and that's when they got into it. But she let him know, like, well, I was there, but the bottom line is, I want to know who are you, because apparently you're not. She says he's not the man she thinks he is. Now Ray J does tell her, like, look, he likes to turn up. He told her she should know that she's not dealing with an ordinary Joe, that he's just that kind of guy, and he really likes this party lifestyle. But at the end of the day, Princess, she wants to be treated with love and respect. Now, honestly, what I think would happen is I don't even think that Ray J even wanted to take her to this business trip. in my opinion. Um, See, Princess been with Ray J all this time, and Princess ought to know how Ray J is. Ray J is the kind of person. He's been in this industry for a long time. He likes to party, and she knew this. But while he's out here partying, she doesn't want him to meet somebody else and throw her to the side. So what I think happened was he probably told her, like, look, I'm going away on business. And she probably knew what this means, that okay, if he's going away on business, some stuff gonna go down. So I'm going with you. So when he get down there and he's doing taking care of so-called business, now he wants to go out and have fun. But his Princess Love sitting right here. So you know he got to get rid of her. So he probably told her this cockamamie story, like, I'm going to go get you some seafood or soul food, and I'll be right back. That was like 3 hours in. He's down at a strip club somewhere, throwing dollars, meeting these strippers, and now he got to take them back to the hotel. So, you know, probably they staying on one floor. He tells strippers to book him a room on another floor. And from what I understand, Princess, when the strippers make it to the hotel, they must have tried to contact him, and she saw the text, and she got up there and acted the fool. And I know everybody kept saying says about Princess is, I don't understand why she goes through this with Ray J. He don't treat her that well. And the bottom line is, to me, Princess is I'm sure she loves Ray J. She feels for Ray J. But Princess loves the life. She loves that luxurious lifestyle, and Ray J has been giving this to her. And I think probably it was in the past where she was supposedly linked with Mayweather. She was a side chick, allegedly. And Mayweather don't play games. He bought her pocketbooks, cars, gifts, all this kind of stuff. But when you're the side chick, you just never know, when it's going to all play out. Because Mayweather has a fleet of girls. So probably Ray J stepped in, said, look, you're going to be my one and only. I think you that chick. You're the one I'm really looking forward to really shine in my heart and on my arm. She fell for it thinking, even though she knew how he was, that he was really going to change for her. But he hasn't. And this is what she's dealing with. So, at the end of the scene, she just tells him, you know what? She's heard this before. She's tired of going through it, and she's not taking him back. So, the next scene comes up, and it's Omarion. And he's performing on stage to his new single. And it does sound good to me. I don't know. And he's on tour. And he's got his boo, April's in the front row, and she's turned up, and she's supporting him and listening to the music. And he says that he had a great year in his confessional with his career and traveling on his tour. And bottom line is just being a new dad. And later in the scene, April goes off to the bar where she meets Nikki, who looks fabulous. And they're at the bar just hugged up, and hanging out and saying hellos, like they're like long-time BFFs. And I didn't really know that April and Nikki was like friends like that. But if you saw that scene, you would think they go way back. They're just really good friends. And now Nikki makes it clear that she is single and loving it. She's out there doing her thing. And I'm just looking fabulous. She's that girl. She does, she's handling her business. She did say to April that she's working on her new lingerie line and that she was going to give April some. And then April tells Nikki that, okay, well, my sex life actually has gone down. I mean, since Omarion's career has taken off, and then also, too, that she's a new mom, they don't really have time to get it in. Now, that's one thing that you seen last season, that they really like to have sex. And another thing that she brought up was that she don't like having sex in front of her baby. And, I mean, it hasn't been a year yet. At least, I don't think the baby's not even a year old. I could be wrong, but she doesn't think. I guess she says because she's making noises and she feels squeamish just of being around her baby and having sex with Morion. I don't think it's inappropriate. I don't think it's inappropriate for her to do it, but to each his own. But Nikki did give her some good advice. Nikki said, "Look, if you can't spend the time alone with him at home and get him to come home and spend a long time with you, why don't you pop up where he's at and spring it on him then?" And actually, you find out later on that April took said advice because she pops up at one of his rehearsals. She shoos everybody out of the room. She's got her trench coat on with her lingerie. I don't know if it's Nikki's lingerie, but it's some really sexy lingerie underneath. She straddles him and she lets him know, I'm not getting any and I'm here to take it. And he is loving it. So she did follow his advice. It's nice to see that loving couple that's still like into each other. So that is refreshing to see. Okay. Now, we go to the next scene, which is about Moniece. So Moniece is still smiles. She's happy. She says her and Drew, a little fizz, are at a good place with their son. And since she met her new man, she has been really, really happy. They met about a few months ago. And she's on her way. She was on her way to pick him up from the airport. And the big reveal in this scene is that, okay, the man that gets off the airplane is none other than Love and Hip Hop's Atlanta, Rich Dollaz. Now, I don't watch Love and Hip Hop New York as closely as I did Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, but I do know Rich Dollaz. So he's a lot older than her, and he is known to be the ladies' man, and I'm putting that lightly. When Love and Hip Hop New York wrapped up, he had two women fighting over him, and that's in his season. So it's interesting that he met up with Moniece, and now they're so tight and a loving couple. They look cute and good together, but it's going to be interesting to see how their relationship play out because Moniece takes me, even though she's very in this scene, and so far she seems like she understands what's going on as far as she's just trying to see how this relationship is going to unfold. But she seems to me to be a little possessive. And he is definitely a ladies' man. So I don't know, but he seems to be a changed man because he says that she gets him. But I mean, how many times have he said this? So we're going to see. He shows up, brings her dog. They're going to go off and have a date night, which means movies, some food, and some sex. Okay. On to the next scene. And it's back to Ray J. Now, Ray J really says he wants Princess back. He claims that, he loves the turn up life, but he's ready to give it up. So he rents this yacht for the day and asks her to meet him. And again, this is my point, is that to get somebody back like Moniece, you're going to have to step your game up. Now, it's not a matter of just, hey, meet me at an expensive restaurant or a cute little date. You got to put that lifestyle back at her. So renting out a yacht for the day is something that you're going to have to do to get Princess Love back. So he tells her, look, I'm addicted to the after party life. But he's willing to give it up for her. And my whole thing is, it's hard to give up addictions now. So I don't know how this is going to play out. But Princess says, in order for him to prove that he really wants to be with her, he has this apartment, which he claims is for business. But he uses it for bachelor pad terms, and he likes to have parties in his apartment. So he's going to have to give up his favorite apartment. And he agrees to it. But I don't know because, you're talking about somebody who's so used to that lifestyle. I don't doubt that he had feelings and strongly for Princess Love. But to get that apartment up, I don't know. But We're just assuming that he has, and she's gonna accept him back. Okay. So the next scene introduces you to another new cast member, Amber Loring, aka Fab Amber. She's rapping in the studio with um, the other new cast member, Miles Surbrock, who's Surbrock. She lets you know that they've known each other for quite some time. They're actually high school sweethearts, and they've been on again, off again. And she really wants to marry him, but for some reason, and she can't pick up on it, he's keeping his distance from her. He's his, he's telling her that it's all about his career. He's just really trying to focus on it right now, trying to get it off the ground. So he really doesn't have time to really, put that kind of time in the relationship. But I think she's not quite buying what he's saying. Okay. But in his confessional, he's saying he's secretly in love with someone else. And he doesn't really want to hurt her feelings. And I just think that's kind of messed up because you're sending out mixed messages. And, when you're in this kind of relationship situation and you think that you don't want to hurt the person's feelings, you're actually hurting them more because you really need to be honest with somebody and let them know up front, like, look, regardless of what we had, I didn't expect to fall in love with somebody else, but I did. So, I don't know. He's telling her to hang in there, trying to put her in this friend zone, but she really wants for it to go further. So, now, we're getting a little build up to the next couple of scenes. The first one is the pamper party. It's April has set up where she had her friends meet for a mani pedicure. I think they're getting massages. I'm not sure. But Princess shows up first. So she tells Princess, look, I did invite Tiara. I hope everything, y'all were able to squash our differences or at least be cordial for the event. Princess Love seems like, I'm good. So then Tiara comes in and she's got a guard up and, somewhere in this scene, they do sit down with each other and confront each other. And it is heated and it is intense because they're talking about past issues, especially around Ray J. Number one, Tiara's telling her, look, I didn't really have beef with you because I don't really know you like that, but me and Ray J and I broke up and you're standing there you're throwing my stuff out. And, I guess she's popping off at the mouth. And Princess Love is saying, like, look, pretty much that that wasn't really her. Like, she didn't physically, like, I'm throw her stuff out. But that was more Ray J. And she was just there because, of course, this is her man. And she's just standing by her man. But it wasn't just her just throwing Tiara's stuff out. That really wasn't her. But, and I think, too, and by this time, Princess Love is already going through something with Ray J. And she is just not ready to sit up here and go all out with Tiara. Pretty much she tells Tiara that during that fight, Ray J leaked to the media that she cracked his ribs, tore his ACL. I don't even know what an ACL is, but pretty much that she was very violent in this fight. And he leaked that to the media, and she really is in tears at this point because how can you do this to me? And Tiara knows this all too well because obviously Ray J has done this to her. And I think she see the hurt in Princess' face. And she could have kicked her when she down because that would have been a low blow. But this is where they have begun to bond. And, she became that better person and just said, look, you pretty much counseled her. Said, look, you deserve better, Princess. You're in this destructive relationship with Ray J, and if you're not happy, you really need to get out. So, pretty much in this scene, Tiara and Priscilla bear the hatchet. It looks like they're going to be okay. As a matter of fact, Tiara says, "Are you okay?" And then and then she just pretty much answered for it and said, "Yeah, you're going to be okay." And she hugged it. And I think that just that situation has helped them bond together. So this is a situation in which April's venue did help them bring them closer together. Okay, on to the next scene. Now we're with Milan Christopher. He's on his way home from the day at the studio. In his confessionals, he is saying that his business life and his projects are all coming together, but his personal life with his bae is just not. Okay, as he's turning the key and getting in the shower, he's saying that he wants a commitment from his bae, and that he's thinking that if he can't get what he wants, then he's ready to move on. And after he gets out the shower, and they show this very good shot of him and just top on his chest. Oh, this man is gorgeous. The big reveal is that he climbs into the bed and pats his bae on the back, and when his bae turns around, the big reveal is none other than Miles Serbrock. And wow, this is intense, but I think it's going to be a good storyline for this show. Miles is also looking luxurious. I mean, looking so good in the bed, and he is after they kiss, Miles confesses that in his confessional that he really didn't tell anybody about his relationship with Milan, and that that's one reason why he has been distanced from Amber, and he truly loves Milan, but he is not ready to come out of the closet and let everybody know that he's gay. He's trying to get further in his career. He's in the rap industry, and bottom line is he doesn't think he's going to be accepted in it. Now Milan, he is really ready to come out in public. He's saying, "I want to go out to the movies. I want us to go out to the restaurant. I want us to be a normal, everyday couple together." But Miles is resisting and saying, "I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready." And Milan is saying, "Well, if you're not ready, if this is not going to happen, then we just need to cut this short." And Miles has legitimate concerns. He's obviously feels like, he hasn't told his family, he hasn't told anybody, and he's just not. I don't know. I guess he's just not there to reveal who he is, and Milan is, and Milan doesn't care because he's out of the closet. So pretty much, even though Milan is throwing at him like, "Look, I can't take this anymore," Miles convinces him to, he just pretty much seduces him, and he's doing a good job, and kind of won the battle this time, and just kind of calmed his nerves. But honestly, just looking at this type of relationship, I think it's going to be interesting for the storyline. And also too, when you have a relationship that's surrounded by a secret, I mean, this could actually happen to anybody. Like, you could be dating a married man, and the mistress wants more than just just every whenever you can fit me in. Like, a married man could be telling you, like, "I love you. As soon as I get everything together, the kids grow up, I'm in love with this marriage, and I really want to be with you, but I'm not ready to tell nobody. I'm not ready to make that move yet." And as a mistress, you're in love with this person, you're invested in this person, you want to be, take it to the next level, but you never know. You don't know if it's going to end up like that. So this is just interesting how, relationship based on a big secret, how it affects both parties. So we're going to see how this plays out, but I thought it was a good episode. And now to the last scene, which is Ray J. He did agree to get rid of the apartment, but he wants to turn up one more time. in this apartment. And I'm just like shaking my head. So he tells Princess Love again that he's going to have a business meeting and don't stay up too late. That's how it's going to be out. But she's got this messy friend who texts her and tells her, like, hey, girl, you going to Ray J's party at the apartment? And I know when she read this, she was livid. And she goes there to see for herself. So here's Ray J in that apartment. He's got strippers, he's got his friends, and they're all turned up, partying hard. And Princess Love, she kicks that door in, and she goes in. She's throwing water at them. She's calling all the people bums and calling them names and calling them out. And then, when she's walking out the door, Ray J, first he says, I'm sorry, trying to give her that same old bull line. And she's not falling for it. So then he goes the other direction of, I don't know why you came here. I don't know why you bust up in here. This is who I am. This is what I do. So she's pretty much done with the whole situation. But it's a little funny because before she leaves, now this is what happens when these random chicks get in the way. One of the strippers decides she wants to pop off at the mouth when little Princess Love tells Ray J, and get you some new socks because your feet are dirty or whatever. She says something smart to him. Then the stripper says, well, your feet is crusty. Now, why would you sit there and say that to somebody? But I'm going to tell you, Princess hauled off and went up there and tried to go beside that girl's head. Of course, they have security, so they're not going to let them fight for so long. But overall, this was a good episode. It starts off with a lot of introductions to the new characters. It also gives you some highlights what happens with some of the key characters. And it kind of slowly builds up to some of the juicier storylines. So, thank you for sitting through my first review. Thumbs up if you like the video, thumbs down if you don't. But please, 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 just subscribe to my channel and just check me out or come back every week and let's go, and review it. Let's just see what's going to happen on this show. So, thanks. And again, thumbs up, thumbs down. You can also leave a comment if you think I left anything out or just want to add anything. I appreciate it. And until next time, have a good day.